First, we learn whatever we discussed in the previous class. Then we entered into the today's topic. Last class, we already learned that the model 1, MM1 infinity FCFS. MM means both are the arrival rate, that is follow the distribution, and the service rate is also follow the distribution. Both distribution are follow the Markovian property. That's why both are the MM infinity, that is the queue capacity is the infinity, first come first serve. Birth and the date process. Birth means the when the customer is arrived, that is known as the birth process. When the customer is departed from the system by getting there the service, then it is known as the death. That's why it is known as the birth and the death model. With the steady state condition, we find out that P0 means probability of no customer in the system is 1 minus lambda by mu is equal to 1 minus rho, since rho is equal to lambda by mu. In the previous class, we already learned. Pn is the n number of customer in the system, that is lambda by mu to the power n into P0. P0 we already learned 1 minus rho. So from that we will get rho to the power n into 1 minus rho. Now we find out the value of four things first, that is the LS, LQ, WS, WQ. For study of a model, first for any problem we have to find out that, and with the help of this relation we will try to find out the formula of these four things. Measure of the model 1. Four measures is there, namely is the LS, that is the length of the system, LQ, length of the queue, WS means waiting in the expected waiting time in the system, and WQ, expected waiting time in the queue. First we try to find out the formula for LS with the help of the whatever we learned, that is P0 and Pn. Expected length of the system means expected or average number of units in the system. That means waiting, how much in the waiting in the queue plus how much are being served. Here it is the being served means here our the single server system, that means only one is there. So that is we can write in this way, n equal to 1 to n. Expectation means the weight into the probability. When it is the 0, so n equal to 0 into P0, 1 into P1, 2 into P2, it is we are getting the sum of that. That is the our expectation. Expectation means weight into probability of that. So one customer probability is P1, so 1 into P1. N customer probability is Pn, so n into Pn, and summation from 1 to infinity, because our the capacity of the queue is the infinity. So this is we can write in this form. We already learned Pn equal to P0 into rho to the power n, and P0 we can write into 1 minus rho, and that rho to the power n we can write into rho to the power 1 minus n minus 1. This is we can write. Now this P0 we are writing here the 1 minus rho. So n equal to 1 to infinity n into 1 minus rho to the power n minus 1. This is I already discussed. So from that, this part we can write as n is there. These two things we can take outside of the summation, that is rho into 1 minus rho, and we can take this part in within the summation. So this is, if we write in the term by term, what we will get 1. When n is equal to 1, this will be rho to the power 1 minus 1, rho to the power 0, that should be the 1. So first term is the 1, second term would be when n equal to 2, so that time it is the rho, so 2 rho. Then when equal to 3, it is 3 rho square. 4 row cube, and it is going on. This is a infinite series. This is outside of that, and this is the result we can get 1 minus rho to the power minus 2. That I show you how we got this, the sum of the series, APGP series, or we can expand it. From the expansion we will get this from by using the binomial expansion, expanding this. Otherwise I can show you how we got this, what is the result of this series. And here obviously we have to check a row is less than 1, otherwise it cannot be the true. From that we will get, this is, we can put it in the down, and 1 row will be cancelled out. So from that we will get row by 1 minus row. So LS, one result we got that row by 1 minus row. So instead of the row, if we write lambda by mu, so what we will get? Lambda by mu minus lambda. Lambda by mu 1 minus. So here LCM will be the mu, that mu and mu will be cancelled out. Finally we get lambda by mu minus lambda as rho equal to lambda by mu. So we can use another, any one of that. So LS we can write that rho by 1 minus rho or lambda by mu minus lambda. So you have to remember that number of, expected number of customer in the system, that is we are denoted by LS. That is that. Now we try to find out the number, expected number of customer in the queue. Expected length of the queue, that means expected number of customer in the queue, that is we are denoted by the LQ. LQ means 1 in a service, 1 in the service. So we can write it weight into the probability. So 1 is less than, that's why n equal to summation n equal to 1 to infinity. Total in a system, if the 5 in a system, so in a queue, if 1 in a service, so in a queue will be the 4. If 10 in a system, number of customer in the system is 10 and 1 in the service, so number n, that is the 9 customers in the queue. That's why weight always the 1 less, that's why n minus 1 into Pn, and summation means n is equal to 1 to infinity. So this is, we can write summation by linear operation. We will get n equal to 1 to infinity nPn minus n is equal to 1 to infinity Pn. So this part and this part by linearity property applying, we will get n equal to 1 to infinity nPn, this part and this part minus, so we can write here n equal to 1 to infinity this. So this is, we can write n equal to 0 to infinity Pn minus P0. So this is, we can write in this way, n equal to 0 to infinity Pn minus P0. We are writing this way because n equal to 0 to infinity Pn is equal to 1. So this part we can write 1 minus P0. So this part, when we are writing n is equal to 1 to infinity nPn, and from this part n equal to 0 to infinity, so this is that 1 minus P0 is 1 minus rho, and summation n equal to 0 to infinity Pn is equal to 1, and this is already shown, n is equal to 1 to infinity nPn is our the LS. We know already, we find out the value of LS minus, so what is the value of this? 1 cancel out, and that minus is plus, again it is minus, so it is minus rho. So LS we can write rho by 1 minus rho minus rho. So from that we will get rho square by 1 minus rho, or we can write lambda square by mu into mu minus lambda. So when anyone asks what is the formula for the LQ, LQ means expected number of customer in the Q. That is LQ is equal to either rho square by 1 minus rho, or we can say lambda square by mu into mu minus lambda. This is. Now we find out the Ws, then Wq. It is easy for remember to find out the value of the Ws, that is the expected waiting time in the system. Expected waiting time in the system, that equal to expected number of units in the system, that is the LS by mean arrival rate is equal to LS by lambda. LS is our lambda by mu minus lambda by lambda, equal to lambda cancel out, we will get 1 by mu minus lambda. So from that we got the Ws, and this is 1 by mu minus lambda. So again one relation we can write also, LS is equal to lambda into Ws. That is the another relation we can remember. So if we know the LS, we can easily find out the Ws. So if we remember the one formula, we can establish the other formula also that I discuss in later on. Expected waiting time in the queue, that is denoted by WQ. WQ is equal to expected number of units or customer in the queue divided by mean arrival rate. That means LQ by lambda. LQ by lambda means lambda square by mu into mu minus lambda into lambda in the denominator. Lambda square by mu into mu minus lambda, that is our the LQ formula, and that is divided by lambda, that is in the denominator lambda. One lambda will be cancelled out. So lambda by mu into mu minus lambda, that is our the formula of WQ, expected waiting time in the queue. So WQ is equal to expected waiting time in the system minus time in service. That way also we can write what are the service time in the service. If we minus from our the expected waiting time in the system, we'll get also the WQ. Expected waiting time in the system, that is we are including the time, the service time. So if we minus the service time from the our system time, then we will get the waiting time in the queue. So Ws minus 1 by lambda, we will get lambda by mu into mu minus lambda. Now we try to find out the variance in queue length, that is denoted by Vn. In number of customer in the system, then variance in queue length, that is basically denoted by Vn. We know the variance formula. Variance formula is expectation of n square minus expectation whole square. First we have to find out the expectation of n square, that means n square into Pn. Here expectation minus expectation square, so npn. This summation n equal to 1 to infinity npn, that is our the known result. So this part we have to calculate and we have to simplify, then we will get that. N equal to, so this is we can write n equal to 1 to infinity n square, that Pn we can write rho square P0 we can write 1 minus rho, and this is Ls square. So from that we can take outside the 1 minus rho outside, and this is we can write in the our formation. When n is equal to 1, this is 1 and this is rho. So rho plus 2 square, when it is 2 square, rho square, 3 square, rho cube, it is going on minus, this is rho by 1 minus rho whole square. So from that we can take out the rho. So outside it will be the rho into 1 minus rho, and here it will be 1. This is 2 square rho, this will be 3 square rho square. So this is in a pattern. Next will be the 4 square row cube, it is going on, minus row by 1 minus row whole square. So from that we can write out the result. This part is the fixed 1 minus row into row, and this is we will get 1 plus row by 1 minus row cube. This part, sum of this result, sum of this series is 1 plus row by 1 minus row cube. Here row is less than equal to 1. This part is row square by 1 minus row square. So after doing the LCM and simplifying this, we will get row into 1 plus row by 1 minus row square. Here 1 minus row is cancelled out. We left only the row is there. So row into 1 plus row and 1 minus row whole square minus p square by 1 minus row square whole square. LCM is that the fix. So after that row square and row square is the cancel out. We will get row by 1 minus row whole square. Now I am showing how we got the sum of this series. Let S is equal to 1 plus 2 square row, 3 square row square. It is going on. Now integrating both sides with respect to the row, what we will get? 0 to row, S T row equal to row. Integrating of this with respect to row, we will get the row. From that we will get the 2 row square. From that we will get the 3 row cube equal to row by 1 minus row whole square. The first case, and differentiating both sides with respect to the row, but we will get S equal to 1 by 1 minus row whole square plus 2 row by 1 minus row cube equal to 1 plus row by 1 minus row cube. This is the result of this part. So from this series we will get the summation of this by using integration and differentiation method, sum of the infinite series. But this is our the known result basically. Now another situation is that we try to find out the probability of q size greater than a fixed number. Capital N is our the fixed number. We try to find out the probability that the q size is greater than a particular number. Suppose I am saying that in a q, find out the probability of the q size greater than the 50, greater than 20, greater than 100. It is like that. That probability we have to find out. So in this case, we are considering the q size is greater than equal to capital N. We are establishing the formula for q size greater than equal to N. Equal to, we are taking N equal to capital N to infinity. That means greater than N. For a particular number, we are taking from that to infinity. So N equal to capital N to infinity Pn. That is, we can write in this form, N equal to 0 to infinity Pn minus N equal to 0 to N minus 1 Pn. Whatever we are included here, how much we are included? 0 to N minus 1 we are included here. That's why that part we are subtracting here, N equal to 0 to N minus 1 Pn. So this part, N equal to 0 to infinity Pn, total probability is 1. That's why this is 1. And from that we can write, when N equal to 0, P0, P1, it will be up to the Pn, capital N minus 1. So this part we have to find out the summation of that. P0, so this is we can write row into P0. This is we can write row square into P0. This is we can write row cube into P0. So Pn minus 1, capital N minus 1, we can write row to the power capital N minus 1, P0. P0 we can take outside of the summation. So 1 minus P0 into within the bracket 1 plus row square and row to the power N minus 1. This is a GP series and rho is less than 1. So you can easily apply the sum of the GP series. 1 minus P0 is 1 minus rho, and formula of the summation of the GP series, this is the finite series, 1 minus rho to the power n by 1 minus rho. 1 minus rho cancel out, equal to rho to the power n equal to lambda by mu to the power n. So probability of Q size, when you are talking the greater than for a fixed number, we are getting lambda by mu to the power n. Lambda by mu to the power n is same as the rho to the power capital N. Expected waiting time of a customer who has to wait, that formula is 1 by mu minus lambda, or we can say 1 by mu into 1 minus rho. When the question is like that, one customer have to wait, that means formula is 1 by mu minus lambda. Expected length of non-empty queue, L by, we are writing, this is the conditional. That's why you are writing in this way, W oblique condition, W is greater than 0. We are trying to find out the waiting where waiting is greater than 0. Here also length where the length is greater than 0. That means non-empty Q, mu by mu minus lambda equal to 1 by 1 minus 2. These two formula we have to remember for our the calculation or to solve a numericals. This deduction is not here included. Expected waiting time in the system, we already find, that is the greater than fixed number. Now you try to find out the expected waiting time is greater than for a particular time. Expected waiting time in the system greater than equal to T1. That means we have to wait up to the T1 or more than T1. Then formula is that T1 to infinity mu minus lambda e to the power minus mu minus lambda t dt. So integration over that, from that you have to indicate T1 to infinity when the expected waiting time is greater than T1 in the system, and expected waiting time in the queue greater than T1. More or less formula is the same. One difference is that only multiplied by the rho. Integration from T1 to infinity, rho into mu minus lambda e to the power minus mu minus lambda t dt. So after integration, we will get the result. After integration, we will get the result. Now, probability we have to find out between the two time interval. Waiting time in the system between the two time. T1 is less than equal to waiting time in the system less than equal to T2. That means integration from same thing, T1 to T2. Mu minus lambda e to the power minus mu minus lambda t dt. So this formula we have to remember. Same thing, it is for the Q. Probability that T1 less than equal to waiting time in the Q less than equal to T2. That is T1 to T2 rho into difference is that when we are talking about the Q, it is multiplied by the rho. Rho into mu minus lambda e to the power minus mu minus lambda t dt. So these two is the fixed. We have to integrate this part only. This part is the fixed. Now interrelationship between the LS, LQ, WS, WQ. This interrelation formula is called the Little's formula. We already seen, we already proved that the relation, and we already found that the relation between the LS, LQ, LS and WS and LQ and WQ. But here we have to establish the relation only LS and LQ. LS, you know, lambda by mu minus lambda or rho by 1 minus rho, where rho is equal to lambda by mu. And relation is already, we use that ls is equal to lambda into ws, lq is equal to lambda into wq. So if we remember this and we can find out this, so we can remember the four relations. lq is equal to ls minus lambda by mu equal to rho square by 1 minus rho. Only we can remember this and this ls and lq relation. lq is equal to ls minus lambda by mu. We have to remember this and this, so we can easily find out that ws and wq from this formula. Now we move to the discussion about the one thing. Unless until we discuss the numericals or the examples, things should not be clear to you. So here I'm trying to consider the three examples and I want to explain one by one and what types of the examples is here. Sometimes we'll get the different types of the problem, but for each and every problem, first we have to find out the mean arrival rate, mean service rate, and the traffic intensity, or we can call it the utilization factor. All also another name is the PGPR. These three things first we have to find out before find out the others values or related to this problem. So here one television repairman finds that the time spent on a job has an exponential distribution with the mean 30 minutes. Jobs and experimental. That means this is the 30 minutes is the service time and it is exponentially distributed. If the distribution is not given anywhere, we cannot consider that problem as a queuing theory problem or queuing system problem. Anywhere they mention that the distribution, what type of the distribution related to the service time or the service rate or the arrival rate or the inter-arrival time or inter-arrival service time. If it is not mentioned, we cannot consider that problem as a queuing theory problem or queuing system problem. So 30 minutes is the service time for one TV set. If he repairs sets in the order in which they comes in, that means comes in means in which order it is comes, that means it is the first come first serve. And if the arrival of the sets are approximately Poisson arrival rate, it is given the Poisson, that means it is followed the Poisson distribution. We know MM1 means arrival rate follow the Poisson distribution and service rate follow the exponential distribution with an average rate of 10 per hour, 8 hours, 10 per 8 hour a day. That means we are working hour in a day is considering the 8 hour. 10 is for a day. 10 is arrived in a for 8 hours and 8 hours we are considering as a 8-hour day working day. What is the repairman's expected idle time each day? We have to find out the how much time the repairman is idle in the consideration of the 8 hours of the day. Find the expected number of units in the system. That means we have to find out the LS, expected number of unit in the system, and in the queue. That means we have to find out LS and LQ both and the idle time for the repairman. So first we have to calculate always the lambda, mu and rho, mean arrival rate. Now see, if we study this problem repeatedly once, not we have to read it more than once, and from that it is clear to us this is the model of our model 1 MM1 and infinity FCFS. Here it is first come first serve is given, infinite length is there, not the queue length is fixed, is mentioned anywhere, and service is exponential and arrival rate is follows the Poisson. So it is MM1, one service channel. That means the one repairman is there. That's why it is the one service channel, one server is there, one serviceman, a television repairman. That means the only one service is there. So this problem under the model 1 MM1 infinity FCFS queue system, where from the given data we can calculate our the lambda is equal to mean arrival rate is equal to 10 by 8 unit per hour, or we can set the TV set per hour, or we can write the set per hour. Mean service 30 minutes required for servicing the one set. So in 1 hour 60 divided by 30 unit per hour is equal to 2 unit per hour. So this is the mean service rate. Traffic intensity or utilization factor, or we can say the busy period is equal to lambda by mu is equal to 10 by 8. We can say that 10 by 8 into half is equal to 5 by 8. It is less than 1. Rho basically less than 1 for the model 1, because in a particular time we can see that the arrival rate is more than the service rate, but in the steady state when you are taking the mean arrival and mean service rate, obviously service rate is increased and it is greater than the arrival rate. Otherwise queue is forming ending and no ending there. It is going on and going on queue. Now expected number of unit in the system is our the LS. LS is equal to rho by 1 minus rho equal to 5 by 3 sets is equal to 2 sets approximately, we can say. In a fraction of set never be considered, and we cannot get the fraction of the set of the TV. So we are considering up to the next higher digit. Expected number of unit in the queue, that is LQ is equal to rho square by 1 minus rho is equal to rho. What is the value of rho is 5 by 8 square by 1 minus 5 by 8. So after simplifying this, we will get 5 into 5 is 25 and 8 minus 5, that is 3, and 1 8 from here, or 1 8 cancel out. So 8 into 3 is the 24. So 25 by 24 sets approximately it is the one set. Now you have to calculate the how much time the repairman or serviceman is idle. Probability of repairing being idle, repairman being idle. Probability of having no television set in the system, that is the P0. P0 is equal to 1 minus rho. Rho is basically the busy traffic intensity, or we can call it the busy. So ideal is P0 is equal to 1 minus rho equal to 1 minus 5 by 8 equal to 3 by 8. So this much is the ideal. Now from the 8 hours, how much is idle? 3 by 8 into 8. So therefore the repairman will be remain idle in 8 hours. 3 by 8 into 8, 8 cancel out, we will get the 3 hours per day. So that TV repairman, television repairman, 3 hours idle in a day, where we are considering the 8 hours a day. Now I am considering the another example. Customer arrive at one window drive in bank according to Poisson distribution. That means arrival is follow the Poisson distribution with the mean 10 per hour. 10 customer arrive in per hour in the bank window. That is the one window is there. One window means one server. Service time per customer is exponential with the mean of 5 minutes. Service time it is given, it is the exponential with the 5 minutes. Service time is the 5 minutes. The space in front of the window, including that for the serviced car, can accommodate a maximum of 3 cars. In front of the window, 3 cars can accommodate. other cars can wait outside this space. So this is the basic problem. Now, these are the questions is there. We have to find out that with help of that given data. What is the probability that an arriving customer can drive directly to the space in front of the window? One customer can arrive directly in space of the window. We have to find out that probability. What is the probability that an arriving customer will have to wait outside the indicated space? We know what is the formula for have to wait. With the help of that, we have to find out that. How long an arriving customer expected to wait before starting service? That means it is WQ. We have to find out. I already said for a problem, always we have to find out the first mean arrival rate, mean service rate, and traffic intensity or the utilization factor. From the given problem, it is clear that it is under the model 1, MM1 Infinity FCFS queuing system. And from the given data, we get mean arrival rate is equal to 10 cars per hour. And mean service rate, one service is required the 5 minutes. So in 1 hour, the 60 by 5 is equal to 12 cars per hour. Rho is equal to traffic intensity, lambda by mu is equal to 10 by 12 is equal to 0.83, which is less than 1. Now, try to find out probability that an arriving customer can drive directly to the space in front of the window is given by. So, what are the possibilities is there? There can be accommodate the 3. So, 1, 2, and 3. So, next one can enter there. What are the independent event is the depend there? One is there is no customer. If there is no customer, that means P0. Another is one customer, then the fourth one can come. Then there is the two customers. 1, 2, then third one can enter. No customer, one customer, two customers. So third one can enter there. So it is in the combination of the 3 independent events. So that is probability that an arriving customer can drive directly to the space in front of the window is given by the combination of sum of the 3 independent events. That is no customer, one customer, and two customers. So we have to find out the sum of that. P0 plus P1 plus P2. P0 we can write 1 minus rho. That next part. P1 we can write rho into P0. P2 we can write rho square into P0. So this from that we can take the P0 outside. 1 plus rho square. So you have to find out the value separately of this, and P0 equal to 1 minus rho, and because we know the formula Pn is equal to P0 into rho to the power n. Now substituting this value of the rho, we will get the value of this, the previous part of this. Now 1 minus rho this. So after putting this and calculating this, we will get 0.42. So probability of getting into the space, customer can arrive directly to the space for their service is 0.48. Hey, 0.42 after the calculations, 0.42. Probability that an arriving customer will have to wait outside the direct space. So this is the possibility one customer can directly arrive in the window, bank window. So have to wait. That means if it is busy, then 1 minus this part. So 1 minus 0.42 is equal to 0.58. So have to wait. This is the probability that one can enter. No enter means total probability is 1. So 1 minus 0.42 is equal to 0.58. So you can say that 0.58 is the probability of customer have to wait. Expected waiting time of customer being getting the service. That means before enter into the service, how much time you have to wait of a customer, that is the WQ, that means the expected waiting time in the queue, that is equal to lambda by mu into mu minus lambda, equal to 10 by 12 into 12 minus 10 is equal to 0.416 hour, is equal to 24.99 minutes after the calculation of that. It is better that example if we discussed in the next class, but till then I want to explain little bit here, then I am considering this problem in the next class. Example 3. Arrival at, no, I want to discuss this. An arrival at a telephone booth, one considered to be Poisson. That means arrival is described here the Poisson distribution with an average time of the 10 minutes between one arrival and the next. That means inter-arrival time is the 10 minutes. That is, it is given that the Poisson distribution. The length of the phone call is assumed to be distributed exponentially with the 3 minutes. That means the service time is the 3 minutes and it is exponentially distributed. So it is under the, that problem is under the model 1, that means MM1 infinity FCFS. What is the probability that a person arriving at the booth will have to wait? We know the formula, have to wait. We apply that. The telephone department will install the second booth when convinced that an arrival would expect waiting for at least the 3 minutes for a phone call. That means any customer is waiting more than at least 3 minutes. That means 3 and more than 3 minutes. Then telephone department can install the another booth. By how much should the flow of the arrivals increase in order to justify a second booth? That means that if the arrival rate is increased, then they want to open the second booth, and how much it is justified, that we have to explain. What is the average length of the queue that forms time to time? Average queue length that we have to find out. ABC 3 questions is there. Basically, for any problem, always we have to say it is in under the which model, and under that model, with the help of the data, first we have to find out the mean arrival rate. This is under the MM1 infinity FCFS queuing system. From the given data, we get lambda equal to mean arrival rate is equal to 1 by 10 customer per minute, that is 0.1 customer per minute. Mu equal to mean service rate is equal to 1 by 3 customer per minute, 0.333 customer per minute. Rho is the traffic intensity, that is lambda by mu is equal to 3 by 10 is equal to 0.3 less than 1. Now, question 1 by 1. Probability that a person arriving at the booth will have to wait. Will have to wait means it is busy. Busy means rho. What is the value of the rho? 1 minus P0 is equal to 1 minus rho. Straight away we can write that busy period is the rho. Rho is equal to 0.3. So this is the 0.3 probability a customer have to wait in the booth. Let us consider lambda dash B. This should be the an arrival rate. B, arrival rate per minute. New, we are considering the new arrival rate, that is the lambda dash. Average waiting time in the queue with respect to that, lambda dash by mu into mu minus lambda. Because we try to find out the new arrival rate, then they can open the new telephone booth. The mean waiting time is the 3, it is given 3 or more, it is given in the question. One customer have to wait 3 and more time, that is the mean waiting time, average waiting time. So lambda dash by mu into mu minus lambda. So from that we can calculate the 3 lambda dash by mu minus lambda dash. So from this, with the help of that, we'll get the new lambda dash value is equal to 1 by 6 customer per minute. Previously, it was 1 by 10 customer per minute. So what is the difference of that? Therefore, the increase in the flow of the arrival 1 by 6 minus 1 by 10 is equal to 4 by 60 is equal to 1 by 15 per minute. So per minute, if it is the increase, arrival rate is 1 by 15, then it is justified that to open an second booth. Average queue length, that is the LQ. LQ is equal to rho square by 1 minus rho equal to 0 minus 3 square by 1 minus 0.3 is equal to 0.3 square means 0.09, 0.7. From that we will get 0.129 is equal to 0.13. So average length of non-empty queue mu by mu minus lambda is equal to average length of non-empty queue mu by mu minus lambda. From that, by calculating, we are getting 1.43. So next class also I will discuss the two problems. Then we consider the next model 2, that is MM1 in FCFS, that is the fixed length of the queue, that we will discuss in the next class.